Okay, there's no sticky fraud. But skills tests, that's a for sure. See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Sweet and salty bars from Nature Valley are a perfect combination of sweet and salty. So take a moment for yourself out here. You deserve every last bite. Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars, now available in minis.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my Shelter Pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt your love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Listen and imagine. It takes 5 seconds to send a text, and for those 5 seconds, you're driving blind. Life is worth more than a text. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
The news you need from the station you trust. Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station. This is KNX 8HD, KOTH-HD2, Los Angeles. KNX 1070 News Radio, a radio.com station. Depend on us.
Coming over top local story, a porn video sparking outrage in Santa Monica because of where it was shot. Plus, emotions run high at a vigil for a teenage boy shot to death in Arleta, and hundreds of Americans getting ready to leave Japan for the U.S. These stories plus traffic every 10 minutes. The Vibes coming up in just 5 minutes after CBS covers the world. It's 7 o'clock. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Mass Mutual.
I'm Bud Bishkin. Next up on the campaign trail for the Democrats is the February 22nd Nevada caucuses. Many of the Democratic hopefuls are there this weekend. Senator Amy Klobuchar is coming off a strong performance in New Hampshire. On CBS's Face the Nation, she addressed the performance of Attorney General William Barr in light of last week's controversy over the sentencing of President Trump's friend, Roger Stone.
I think he needs to go under oath, and I'm very glad that he's going to have to testify before the House Judiciary Committee. I also hope he comes over to our Senate Judiciary Committee as well.
New York Times is reporting a group of more than 1,000 former federal prosecutors and Justice Department officials have written an open letter calling on the Attorney General to resign. The letter criticizes the President and the Attorney General for what it calls, quote, interference in the fair administration of justice. CBS's Weijia Jiang is in Florida with the President.
There are no indications that the Attorney General will be out of a job anytime soon, even after speaking out against the President this week. Barr is adamant that he does not make decisions based on what the President wants. Democrats aren't buying it.
Back on the campaign trail, Joe Biden is taking on the President's behavior on NBC's Meet the Press.
The cruelty, the viciousness, the way he pits people against one another, the way he goes after people of color, the way he makes fun of. I mean, there's a cruelty about it.
Former Vice President is looking to rebound from disappointing showings in Iowa and New Hampshire.
I have to ask myself whether or not it has been wise to be as sort of polite and not negative as I have not been.
Some Americans have started the process of leaving the Diamond Princess cruise ship in Yokohama, Japan. If they test negative for coronavirus, they'll take buses to chartered planes and then head home. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield Hayes.
The U.S. government has sent 2 aircraft. They're currently on their way from the U.S. to Japan. They're expected to land here sometime later this evening. And then the Americans on board this ship will be evacuated on these buses, taken to the airport, put on those evacuation flights and taken to California, where they will continue their quarantine.
Now, those who were on the ship and already diagnosed with coronavirus will stay in Japan for treatment. In Jackson, Mississippi, they are hoping for no rain today. The area is already dealing with massive flooding issues, and the Pearl River in Jackson is expected to crest today at 38 feet, its highest level in decades. This is Jackson Mayor Shokwa Antar Lumumba.
We're concerned for property value. We're concerned for those enterprises and how it will affect them. But most importantly, we're concerned for human life.
This is CBS News.
Behind every moment shared with the ones you love is a plan that helped make it happen. Learn more or find an advisor at massmutual.com.
Hi, Saver. Walgreens here. We like the way you save. Take coffee. You know it doesn't have to cost $4 a cup, so you make your own. And co-pays on Medicare Part D. You save up to $5 and get 100 balance rewards points on each prescription when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Save smartly on Med D. Walgreens. Trusted since 1901. Co-pay savings on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy. Points cannot be earned in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Complete details at walgreens.com/balance.
What would you like to be better at? Dancing.
Poker.
Yoga. According to a study, CVS customers are better than most at something important, staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier. So get a free prescription savings review. Plus, earn up to 50 extra bucks rewards each year for filling. Because of the things you could be better at, staying healthy tops them all. Treat yourself well at CVS. Terms and conditions apply. Not all prescriptions eligible. See our pharmacist or cvs.com/RX savings or /RX rewards.
CBS's Deborah Rodriguez now with some recommended reading for Black History Month.
Hair Love is a best-selling children's picture book featuring a black family.
Highlighting that the dad is doing his daughter's hair for the very first time.
New York City librarian Shantae Burns loves the story, as well as the animated film version, which won an Oscar this month.
Yay, you did it! That was so much fun.
While Burns recommends Hair Love for reading during Black History Month, she notes that
kids, ultimately, they want a great story.
So she promotes diversity in literature all year round.
Kids want to learn. Parents and educators want to be able to have these discussions, and I think books are the best gateway to do that.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
For the NASCAR crowd, today's the Super Bowl, World Series, and Stanley Cup all rolled into one. The 62nd annual Daytona 500. For hoop fans, it's the NBA All-Star Game in Chicago. The league announced yesterday that the All-Star Game MVP award will now be named in honor of Kobe Bryant. Bud Mishkin, CBS News.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station KUNX. In 70 News Radio, I'm Rob Archer. Top local stories at 7:05. Outrage in Santa Monica over an explicit sex scene shot at a city library. And Metro reports crime is down 17% on its buses and trains. But first, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Jeff Biggs.
All right, we start this 7 o'clock hour with an update on that problem in the Sepulveda Pass. It is still working. 405 northbound at Getty Center Drive. Emergency crews clearing up an earlier fatal crash that was caused by a wrong-way driver. The cars involved in that accident are still in the middle of the freeway, and only one lane is presently open, the slow lane. So that's causing a lot of slowing on that northbound 405. And then on the northbound 405 in Irvine, way down the other way, Jamboree reports of a table in the slow lane. They need to get that cleared up. Have another signaler working in Monrovia, 210 eastbound before Huntington Drive. An earlier fatal car crash that was also caused by a wrong-way driver. Only the right lane is open there as well, and the rest of the lanes are scheduled to be closed until about 9 this morning, so a couple more hours on that one. And both on-ramps at Huntington to the eastbound 210 are presently closed. And the only other incident was a solo car spin-out that was in Garden Grove, 22 eastbound at Brookhurst. That's been moved over to the right shoulder. Your next report coming up at 7:15. I'm Jeff Biggs with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
It's going to be sunny after the fog burns off this morning. Windy today, too, with highs in the 60s and 70s. Lows tonight down to the 40s. Partly cloudy and windy tomorrow, with highs getting up to the mid-70s. Your exclusive 5-day forecast is coming up at 7:15. Currently, it's 46